Sabbath thing all came about. We changed our name several times, and the last name we had before we changed it to Black Sabbath was Earth. We said, we've got to change the name because it sounds like we've been... When we call an agent on the phone, and what's the name of the band, you go, Earth. I think you're throwing up down the phone, you know. And we used to rehearse across the road from a movie theatre. And I'm sure it was Tony who said one day, isn't it weird that people pay money to see horror films? Why don't we start making horror music? And then that's really how it started. There was no black magic occult vibe going on.
Generals gathered in their masses, just like witches at black masses. In the fields the bodies burning, as the war machine keeps turning.
My mother's got a postcard somewhere where I go, Mum, we just changed the name from Earth to Black Sabbath. Maybe this is the break we've been looking for. Ha, ha, ha. And the first record went, we recorded it in 12 hours. And the joy that I had of taking my first album was because my father would say to me, you'll never do anything with this. You got to have substance in a song. You got to have something so people can sing. You can't sing about all these love me do craps and all this. And I got on with the album cover and I said, Mum, Dad, I've made a record, you know. And they all sat round there expecting to hear like, there's an old mill by the stream. And all of a sudden I hear these bells and thunder and all this evil music comes out. I just sat there, motionless. I remember my father looking at me and going, son, I'm going to ask you a question now, and I want you to be truthful to me. Are you sure you're just drinking alcohol? And I just pissed my pants, man.
The Cut is next, followed by Loveline, Lewinsky Gate, and The Pleasure Chest.
I remember as if it was yesterday, the first time I ever came to the United States. We landed at Kennedy Airport, and I remember seeing one of them airport limousines with about 15 doors, and I'm going, shit, man, these cars are big over here. You know, I thought it was a normal car. That first thing with groupies, that was another thing. Because in England, when a guy meets a chick in those days, you meet a chick and you do the chat, and then you ask her out, then you get her in the sack about 3 weeks later. None of that over here, baby. One band, thank you, man. It was like the Sex Olympics for the first year till I fell off, you know. And we did a show in Philadelphia. And for some reason, I couldn't work it out of it. I go on stage, and 2/3 of the audience were African Americans. And, and I'm thinking, well, I don't know, I just go in there and do a show, you know. You could hear a pin drop after every song. And I'm thinking, what's wrong with this picture? And this African American guy standing on the side. Between every song, I can hear, hey, you, Black Sabbath. No, I don't know what he's on about. He's okay, hey, you, Black Sabbath, you there, boy, Black Sabbath. And this guy's pissing me off, and I go, what's your problem, man? He goes, you guys ain't black. Paranoid was a fluke. The original title for that album was War Pigs. Pink leotard, shield, pig, war pig, you know. And Roger Bain, the producer, said, we need 3 minutes or 4 minutes to finish the album. If we just jam something. So Tony Iommi, as brilliant as he is, just goes in there and jams his song, and I just put a vocal line, gives me some lyrics, and it was done in 5 minutes. And the album sleeve had been printed, it was all ready to go, and I just changed it from War Pigs to Paranoid. And it was I don't think I've done a show in my life without getting away with it. I've always done Paranoid, and I still don't get fed up of playing it. It's like my anthem. Well, I knew it was coming down. We were living in a house in California, and I would walk into the room and they would walk out. And, you know, it didn't take a brain surgeon to find out there's something. And I'd say, well, what's the problem? Nobody would say, like, well, you know, you're the problem. And I'd say, and then I would say, well, why am I the problem? And none of that went down. And I'd already met Ronnie Dio, and I guess the decision to dump me had been made, you know. I didn't kick up a fuss, I just left. I just went down the road and checked into a hotel.